Mao began her new job, but we do have some people in the background who are kind of being a little suspicious. You know, we've seen two of them specifically that like really stand out that we're going to probably have to be a little bit cautious of and hopefully learn a little bit about or what their whole purpose and everything is. And I'm excited to get into that and also just to see how she kind of adjusts and how much more her world's going to kind of expand here throughout the probable arc, I guess we could say, or even not arc, but just second core of the story, and how much things kind of change. I'm also hoping for some Jinchi focus at some point. It doesn't have to be now, but based on just like the ED and all the visuals and stuff with him in it, I'm assuming we get that at some point. So I'm very excited for that because I am very intrigued in his character and story and stuff for the details and stuff that we don't have of him. And I would like for that to happen. Whether it's just us learning about him or it's Mao specifically learning about him, I don't really care, to be honest. But either way, I'm excited and would like to learn a little bit more there. If you like it all, like and subscribe to me. Lots of me. Feel free to Instagram for the discussion. Leave comments of this particular series. This is the Toho animation show. It will be blocked at some point. If you're watching it a little bit late, there's probably no reaction portion anymore. So please check the link in the description or comments, and you'll be able to still watch it if you are interested. Let's get going though with episode 14. Oh shit! Is this the new lady? Oh shit! What eyes, dude? My god. Very white. Okay. You the new concubine, or are you from somewhere else entirely and you're just visiting? Oh, okay. She was just very white because she was outside. She looks normal now. Not delicate in the way she places the things, almost as if she has no fucking care for this. Love her eye color. It's a little frightening though. What are you about to fucking do? Hmm. Please get to studying. Oh. Oh. Why can't we let the lady just have some, you know? Like, why can't she just have some fun and hobbies? No. Oh, she does. I think she just knows of that happening. Okay. Oh my god. I couldn't even pass. Uh, how you gonna weasel your way out of this one? I wonder why. Yeah, teaching material, right? I think they just heard about you. I just wanted to hear that from you, though. Nice. Might as well be, dude. Please leave, sir. That's actually fun. We're gonna have all of them together. Lol. Hmm. You will in a fucking minute. Yeah. She was like, what the fuck am I doing here then? Like how close she is to the book. She's really trying. Aww. Ooh. Ooh. She's so uninterested. I love the music here too. Bro, you got some fucking work to do? Hey. Bro, what happened to your face? Was it just from being pressed up? But nothing out of her. You succeeded in that aspect, I guess. Hmm. You know, I kind of fuck with her. I kind of fuck with her. Really wasn't given a clear instruction of what to teach them, you know? She feels so evil, but like, when she stares into my soul like that, I kind of need it. Oh. Or was it an attack? Was that like a magic wand? No, it's. I don't know why it was built like one though. Thanks, brother. See, not want her to go over there. Bro stole bro's opportunity, but he wouldn't have done it himself, honestly. That's all he wanted. Bro, don't get distracted. He leveled up. Mm. Oh, you got a promotion too, in a way. Hmm. What the fuck, dude? They're really making money over there, huh? I would wonder the same. You still gotta take care of them, dude. Yep. Oh, as with any, yeah. That's a potato. That's not good. I like how it sparkled over there. It's like when you're playing a game and like the things that you need to go observe. A pipe. Ooh, I love the running. Oh, a lot of it. I was like, I did not know you were so capable. Yeah, we about to blow this bitch up. You're about to fucking see, dude. All right, good luck then. Oh my god. Yeah, fucking listen to us next time, buddy. I gotcha, gotcha. Yep. Was anybody else harmed in the process? So I'm assuming the guy who got hurt then was probably the one who did it. I'm kind of late for that. You'd be sending people to the other place though. Oh, there you go. Hmm. Bro, you're making a scene. Okay. Fun episode where we get to see some new and some old faces, and it's great just for reasons like that. I'm wondering because I don't feel like there's much to go into. Like there is, but a lot of it is like theorizing on stuff that I don't really have, and nor do I really want to, I guess, really try to go into and decipher right now because I just feel like there's not really too much present. But I wonder strongly here if the incidents and the things we're seeing happen are like over this episode here and what's probably going to happen going further and what's the end sequence and all that is directly related in any sort of way to the new lady kind of coming involved here. I wonder these things because we do a good job at building up suspense and mystery surrounding her character in a way that's kind of excellently done of kind of showing you and giving you bits and pieces of personality and things that you can kind of observe and make assumptions of this person without actually knowing the person or without actually them speaking even one time. And I think that's pretty cool and a good way to do it. Well, it doesn't give us the full picture. And once again, you can't just assume things and, expect them to be as they kind of appear and as they're observed by other people. Somebody, especially if she were to be related in any sort of way to all these things that are and events and stuff that are kind of happening, you'd assume is a little bit more calculated, to the point that she's just acting this way to kind of not reveal anything, and this may not be her necessarily as a person, but at the same time she could also just be very calculated as a person too. So we don't know, but we do get introduced to her in a way that I think is pretty cool, and leaves a lot of suspense to exactly like, or mystery to what exactly that it is that she is, or who she is, and what she's, really after, and how she feels about a lot of these things. The primary first half of the episode is realistically just like a big like erotic lesson that fucking Mao Mao gives, right? Like, for the things that these girls to be doing, and ways that they can kind of take things to the next level and make the emperor himself kind of like them more. But she having zero interest in it, somebody like Lishu not being interested, makes plenty of sense, because she's so fucking young. Like, she doesn't want to hear these things. She's not ready for this, you know what I mean? Like, it's understandable why she's acting and giving the reactions she is, but the reaction of I don't care enough to like even be engaged in any of this, from our new girl, is really interesting. And I wonder, it could literally be as simple as, hey, she knows all these things. She's been experienced for whatever. We don't know her background and her, like, she's comfortable enough with herself or what she's capable of and things like that, to the point that she does not care and feels this is kind of a waste of her time. She could just not enjoy being around a lot of people, like, doesn't want to kind of be around these people and be friendly with these people that she might view as rivals or not actually care for in any sort of way. She might literally just not have an interest in this stuff, and she might have other intentions and things that don't actually involve being with the emperor in any sort of way, and wants to kind of use him and exploit him in certain ways, or do whatever that she can. And using things we've talked about, like outside sources and other people kind of coming in that do have issues with the way that he's kind of doing things. And for all we know, that she's somebody who's like under contract with somebody else, or she's kind of pulling the strings herself and wants things to kind of change, and she's doing what she can to kind of slip in with him. There's plenty of things that they can kind of go into, and explore with the way that we've set her up, by making her so mysterious and not necessarily putting her there, but plenty that I feel is left out in the open, to kind of like leave up to interpretation, but to show you like this possibly is like the reactions and the way that she is just kind of act, and the way that she's going to kind of move, which I think is pretty cool. And it's got me very intrigued into her and wanting to get more of her, and I really wish that we got it here, but I think it might be better and force us to kind of wait a little bit longer for more things to kind of unfold and us be able to see them. And the second half, they go really into like a different story entirely, but at the same time, is it different, right? We have an end sequence not involving like the explosion and everything that happened, of this dude who seems kind of like pissed at himself for whatever reason, but we don't necessarily know if that is connected to the incident here, or if it's just something to kind of leave you interested in what's to come. We get to leave being a little bit of wondering exactly what the dude's situation was last time, the one with it's not an eye patch, I don't think he had, right? But he had like something on his eye, I think. And we get to see a little bit into like him, and it makes you think like, and he gets some like evil music, almost like he's the one plotting and scheming here. But then when we see him this episode, or I believe who was him, all he's doing is kind of observing the incident that actually happened, and seems to be of high ranking himself. So he's not somebody for us to be overly concerned about. Or I mean, he very well could be, but he's not like the focus of what ended up happening. So I don't know like where these end sequences are going to really translate, and if they're going to completely connect, because he seems as though he almost wasn't connected there, but he was just keeping an eye on somebody like Mao Mao. But it is entirely possible that he was connected as well, and he was keeping an eye on her as well, and doing both of those just to kind of be cautious of somebody that could be lurking like her, and might kind of know what's going on, and might be able to like figure him out and make him kind of have to move in a different way, that he doesn't actually get caught, or the people involved don't. We don't really know. The opening sequence is really, really cool. Like, it's so cool with the making everything so like dark, right? How light she kind of looks. It makes her eyes and the makeup and everything that she has pop, but it makes her kind of have more of an evil feel to her, but also like a more mysterious vibe that you kind of get. And I think like just watching her kind of walk up here is such a cool sequence. And then we get to see her again here in this moment, which I think is great. Mao Mao gets recommended basically by the two that she's given lots of help to actually become a teacher here in this moment. I love her also forging the prices and everything here and getting called out for it, but Jinshi thinking it's just kind of normal, not wanting us to look through anything. I also love all the girls kind of swarming around here, literally just to watch him and just to maybe have the chance to speak to him. Mao Mao trying to throw him out as quick as possible. You know, there's girl things that are going to be going on, and we can't have him involved. I think is great too. Alicia, of course, being overly scared. It's great to see the good old faces again. It's great to know that we have the same like attendant here that almost literally just killed her in this moment. Like, so she's still on good terms with her, and they've kind of gotten over the things that ended up happening. But then we pan over here, and while everybody kind of has something they're happy to see Mao Mao, Lucia's kind of nervous. We have somebody who's just doesn't seem to care too much, right? She's a little bit lost. She has a different style. She has a different something about her, right? The aura that she almost gives off is entirely different, and it's very, very interesting. They go through the entire sequence of teaching things. Of course, Alicia's gonna fucking fall apart like this here. No interest, throwing the book away, giving it back. I don't know. Her design and everything is fantastic. I'm not a fan typically of when we do these types of styles, and I know like this is more traditional, meaning like with the way that they're doing like her hair and everything, I prefer for it to just be down more, because it's just an anime thing, I think, and the way that like the heads kind of look, the forehead specifically end up looking is a little bit like off and makes me not like them as much because the eyes and everything are placed so low. But I don't know, something about her, like, I don't know if it's the eyes or what it is, but something draws me in, and I'm really, really into. I like him kind of listening in here, but at the same time having the red mark for being pressed up against, and then Lucia at this moment just banging her head in the wall. Which I think is fantastic for us to see. And then again, more mystery, right? Just constantly, and like this, such a beautiful shot for them to give us here and leave you in mystery, and also just have her here. It's such an interesting way. All the lighting coming directly from candles and stuff too. So great. We end up having an explosion. People are looking into this. This is the guy that we saw the last time who seems to be observing it. And the pipe ends up being left behind, which I thought was a fucking magic wand. So we're going to introduce them. Some stupid shit like that. We end up getting Jinchi getting all jealous and pissed here, of course, because he wants the one with all the credit for things that he literally doesn't end up doing on his own. And he's so fucking possessive. It's I love him though. I love the dude. Mao Mao getting completely sidetracked, of course, wanted to plant things and live her life as normal, and then instead we end up finding our boy who is just investigating the incident. Of course, Mao Mao is going to take off this opportunity and do absolutely everything that she can. We get a little bit nice job with like lore and things going on within the world, expanding that a little bit more, explaining, you know, the way that people feel and the type of attack and things that could have possibly happened here and the things that are set up. Later on, just figure out that that's not necessarily the case. It's a fairly simplistic thing, right? The actual incident that occurred was simplistic, but it's from people. It was likely set up. It's likely not an accident, right? And it can be entirely just to kind of throw you off or make you wonder, was this involved in any sort of way? But after her just kind of going through everything and making this here, and then us fucking blowing our boy up, right, and lighting him on fire. Which is, I think, is great, and the explanation and everything that she kind of gave him. I think this is like where we really start have to question things. It's like, was this intentional, right? Was this somebody else setting somebody else up? This clearly wasn't. I find it very, very, very hard to believe that somebody who owns something as special as this in a way, or high class as this, I don't remember what the wording that they used, but it's not something that a commoner in a way would have. So somebody who has this, I find it hard to believe, would actually go put themselves in possible harm's way and cause this to happen, and also cause themselves to get caught. So the likely scenario would be they handed it off to somebody else and put them in a position where they're like, hey, try this out, or oh, you want to go use this, go in here or whatever, like meet me here or something, and they like set them up in some sort of way. And that's exactly what we would end up getting, which causes this thing to happen. So if they trace it back to anybody, likely, in my opinion, the person who ended up being injured as a result of this, from what we ended up finding out, because I mean, we ended up just seeing Buddy got lit on fire in the moment. Like, I find it hard to believe that the other guy, especially if the whole building kind of went up in flames at that moment, probably wouldn't have had any harm or anything done to himself. And while he might have not, and it might be other people in the background that have had this, we don't know. But it is interesting to note who possibly could be behind this. Is this all set up by our new lady being involved? Is this all set up by the guy from the last episode, them kind of showing him off? Are they both kind of connected in some sort of way and involved? Is this truly just an accident, right? Is this truly just the case of what ended up happening and the things that she kind of came down to and thought of? We don't know, which I think is what makes it so intriguing, because you want to expect there to be more, but at the same time, we don't have to make it more, because we've set up so many other things that makes you think everything's connected when they might not be. And I think that that's so cool because it can cloud our minds a little bit of actual things to focus on, or we might miss things because we're focused on something else entirely. It causes things to be very interesting the way that they kind of go about it. It's the same exact way that we're like, we're not going to actually declare you like, or give you any like solid answers for what actually happens. It's all speculation through Mao Mao's part and whatever we can kind of see as the viewer, maybe that she doesn't actually end up getting to say. That's kind of where you get left at, and you have to accept it. And if you don't, there might be other things that have been going on in the background that actually might have been the situation with a lot of these things that Mao Mao herself doesn't know and hasn't been able to fully come down to, because at the end of the day, maybe it didn't matter because everybody's moved past it. But it still might at some point. And I think that's pretty cool that we are doing something else like this that can cloud you, but also make you believe that other things are involved when maybe they're not. And I think it'll be fun to kind of uncover a little bit more as we kind of see things unravel a little bit here. And I think that's fun. And I'm excited to see what else is to come. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you like that, I'll have to like and subscribe to me. And to me, feel free to check out the other videos on the channel. Leave me comments for this episode or series. I'll be back for the 15th one next week. You have a good one though. Peace.